Alrighty, let's do it.
All right, guys. So
Boom.
NFT just sold for $6 something million. I think $6.2 million at Sothebys auction, and it was by this artist. Which here's the interesting part, right? And let me show you this before we get into the story. This dude only has 15K on Instagram, 500 likes, 300 likes. This is not extraordinary, right? Like it's just right. I clicked on this last photo a week ago, but I think this is before the artwork sold. There's only 500 people even noticed it, and he just like, yo, this is on display in New York before it finds a new home. Bro, like, it's not even getting media attention. How did this fucking NFT thing sell for $6.2 million? I mean, this is crazy. Do you know who these people are, by the way?
Yeah, I mean it's Dmitri Cherniak. So he's quite a famous generative artist. Under art blocks, ringers. Which is one of it. Like there's Fidenzas, there's ringers. There's a couple of really big names under art blocks. Ringers is one of them. This had previously sold for 1,800 Ethereum, which is about half of this, about $3 million. And is now sold for 3,200 Ethereum, which is 5.6 million. But then they had to pay the Sotheby's fees, which took it to 6.2 million. So it's quite a famous art piece in that it's got big sales before it. It's by a very famous digital artist, and they're very. Yeah, I mean, people were expecting it to get at least 3 million. Sotheby's is always very conservative. So when they come out and say that they're expecting 3 million, usually you get more than that. I mean, it's
Wow.
very seldom that they don't. So they were saying that it was going to go for 3 million. So because that was what the last sale was for, right? And so I don't think it was a huge surprise. I mean, it was actually more of a surprise where we had a Fidenza sell for $1 million 2 years ago when nothing had sold for that before. That was really more of a surprise. But the nice thing about this is that it really actually, for the first time in almost a year, it made news outside of Web3. So
Yeah.
I saw a New York Times article on it. It's very interesting. Definitely. I mean, and $6 million is a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's an NFT in the end of the day. I mean, it's very much an NFT. And since then, we've seen a very big art blocks run. So
Yep.
we saw that other ringers sell, which I showed you in the top 10 of the week, but we've seen about 4 or 5 art block projects really do incredibly well as a direct result of this sale.
Yo, look at this Beeple show. Look at this Beeple photo he posted. Do I love Beeple just because, like, I mean, I don't really know him. The only metric I have on Beeple is the output content that he puts out. Like, I don't really watch him or anything like that, but he's just good at capitalizing, bro. Like, imagine you're an artist and you just figure out the way to go viral. You're like, bro, you find the viral story and you throw together your own art piece about it and stick it up. Like, this guy's like the Frank of art content. I feel like on Twitter. It's actually pretty cool. Like, what do you think about this, bro?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the people made so much money, hundreds of millions of dollars. He's just in the right place at the right time. He really brought the bull market. I mean, NFTs to everyone saw that one NFT that he sold with all those 100 pictures together. That's the first time many people heard about NFTs. But if you can believe it, the $6.2 million isn't the biggest sale. Hey, there was one bigger than that happened at Sotheby's. But yeah, in total, they raised $11 million from all of the sales that came up. This was the highest selling one of the day. There was also an autoglyph, which sold for 330,000. There was a Fidenza, which sold for 622,000. A Chromie Squiggle, which sold for 630,000. And all of these projects this last week have pumped as a result of it. Remember, these are the grails that were part of the liquidation process for Three Arrows Capital. So it's really good that they were able to raise $11 million because that money is going to go straight back to paying the creditors that are owed money from the collapse of Three Arrows Capital. So yeah, I mean, overall, very, very good to see the amount of money that was raised, and it's going to a good cause. It's going to pay people who lost money as a result of the fall of Three Arrows Capital.
Damn, very, very cool. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna say they were I saw in the article they were a leading, figure to be reckoned with back in the bull run, and they kind of disappeared in the bear market. And also, guys, these two, we're about to have another story. That story